So subclass 5 is Rosidae. And the main theme here is me and the other. So I'm just taking it for today that everybody knows what is subclass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in dicotyledon. And today I will talk a little bit about Rosidae. Few slides will cover up. So this is the plant chart, what Dr. Mahesh Gandhi has given on the work of Yakir. And everyone, I think you all know about, like this is subclass 1 is Magnolids, subclass 2 is Hamamelidae, subclass 3 is Caryophyles, 4 is Delinidae, 5 is Rosidae, and 5th is Asteridae. And what are the main themes in all this subclass? This, whatever is written up. So this is before separation, we all know. Here or there. All these first three subclasses belongs to the pregnancy, the womb stage of our wombs, the hydrogen line and the lithium line. First two line of periodic table. So here or there, and struggle for separation. Here in row 3, subclass 3, the separation starts. In row 4, it's a nutrition, natrum line. It corresponds to the natrum line. Row 5, the remedy which we are going to talk about today is from Rosidae, I and other. But it falls into the womb stage, the before life, Rosales. Prunus spinosa is one of the Rosales from the rose family. And subclass 6 is I and the growth. This you all know, these are the 9 stages of Erik Erikson's. In the periodic table, we have 18 columns, and in plant, we have 9 stages, 9 rows. So, for subclass 5, before life, Rosales and Myrtales. And in Rosaceae, all these remedies fall. One of them is Prunus. Hydrocyanic acid is a known remedy. Lauracid is a known remedy. Then amygdala is a known remedy. Agrimona, Dr. Sarkar's one of the favorite remedy, is a Rosaceae remedy. Then so many rose remedies we have. And these are the other remedies and the stages. Like subclass, I think subclass 5 is the biggest. In among all the subclasses, subclass 5 and subclass 6 are biggest. So many remedies, so many subclasses, orders, and then the subclasses, and in every subclass there are so many remedies, and every sub family have their own sensations. Like Anacardiaceae has a different sensation, and this Fabales has a different sensations, and APLs like Umbelliferae, what we talk, is a different sensation. All this Rutaceae family we have here. So what happens in subclass 5? If we understand through personal evolution module, first 3 row, they are completely feminine. They are in the womb. They are connected with the mother. Subclass 4, the separation from mother has already started, and it's an infant line, but still the child is dependent on the mother for the feeding. But in subclass 5, the masculine element starts. They want to come out of this nurturing, come out of that nurture, protection of the family, and explore the world. So these are like masculine principles and feminine principles. And so in subclass 5, what happens? The masculine element is dominant. It splits from the feminine and it suppresses the feminine. This is very important in subclass 5. As we go from womb stage to the APLs or the Umbelliferae, feminine element is completely suppressed. In womb, you will see a feminine element because it is still connected with the 4th column. You will see a feminine element, but as we go down and down, the feminine element will go away. So what are the important issues of this Rosidae family. Child begins school life. First real masculine stage of the Rosidae subclass, not family. The first real masculine stage of development where he leaves home and faces the outer world. They have to learn to live in society. Awareness emerges when he acknowledges someone outside of him and his family. Individual develops the ability to recognize the other and give them space in this world. The development of cognition brings with it perception of the world, that it is split into good and bad, wrong and right, devil and angel. Now, are you able to connect all this understanding to my case? The focus shifts from mother to father, becomes an important figure. When child starts going to school, this is the age. This is a little more understanding about why there is a split and what happens to the ego. I'm not covering this today. I've done this in basic course. So what are the issues? Issues are related to father-child relationship, which comes into this subclass. There is a development of superego, the negative programming. Then there are themes of laws, rules, hierarchy, borders. They look very, very similar to animals because there are hierarchy, there are right, wrong. There are you might see a comparison in subclass-5. There are limits, stiffness, and rigidity. The dominance of the masculine principle, seeing good and bad, right and wrong, split within oneself. Like in Anac, we see a split inside. Religion and fanaticism, criticism, work and responsibility, and issues with limbs and joints. And this subclass corresponds with the Ferrum series of development in mineral kingdom. And what is the main sensation throughout this subclass is constriction and contraction. As we go down the subclass, the sensation gets increasingly externalized. Every family has their individual sensations. The Rosacea family falls into early womb stage, and it has a sensation of pinched, pressing, suffocated, pushed out, compression, outward pressure, and which is sudden because it's in the womb stage. And this patient also had lot of modality of her pain in the herpes, and maybe that's why it's a very good remedy for herpetic neuralgia, because there is a lot of nerve pain kind of sensations. Then just few other families have written Euphorbiales, then Anacardiaceae. Euphorbiales has these sensations of it falls into early childhood, and sensation of tight, held, tight, gripped, bound, and skin, height bound. Anacardiaceae, there is caught, stiff, tight, tension, stuck, cramps, and pressing. These are the sensation words of Anacardiaceae. So what is the dynamics? Like, how do we understand this subclass a little more? So awareness emerges where he acknowledges someone outside of his family. Outside of him and his family. The child starts going out. They start working. They start taking responsibilities. This patient, before marriage also she was working, and after marriage also as soon as she got separated, she started working again. She started taking up the responsibility, and then this loss in the business really gave her a blow, and she really started working from morning to night. She does tuitions now. You become a manhood. In this subclass, the emphasis is on development of cognitive functions. The development of cognition brings with it the perception of the world that is split into good or bad, right and wrong. He learns to live in society, and with it begins the development of the superego. The focus is more on reaching common goals, building resources, work, protection, and external organization. Taking and doing work in extreme, rigid and compulsive way. This column recognizes other and give them space into their world. Awareness outside the comfort zone. The energy is in contraction. Gestures, though, they make a lot of fist. As we go down in this subclass, we see more and more rigidity, cramps, and stiffness. The emotions are also cramped, as the feminine principle is not allowed in expression. Mind takes over the emotions, suppressed emotions. Intellectual rigidity may lead to excessive religiosity and fanaticism. But in womb stage, you don't see all these things. This will happen in the later stages. If there is a dysfunction, it may lead to excessive morality with resultant guilt, excessive hardness, rigidity. If you open this rubric of delusion committed crime, again you will see lot of row 4 and subclass 5 remedies. Lot like zincum is there, arsenic is there, bromatum is there, calibrom is there, and many of the plant remedies from this subclass, melilotus. Problems may arise with the father figure, history of overly strict significant figure, exaggerated hierarchy and religiosity, excessive criticism and reprimands. Problems of the extremities, as this subclass has to do with doing and manifesting in life, and we need our limbs to be able to function. Heart and lung pathology, hardening and dryness at all levels.